I would not be surprised if people are tired of hearing me talk about the cockpit country of Jamaica, but I will always be talking about the cockpit country of Jamaica as long as the threat of bauxite mining is a concern. I will be happy to be very quiet if the threat of bauxite mining is removed. Many people who have read my blog posts have asked me where exactly in Jamaica is the cockpit country located. The cockpit country is a unique region located in west central Jamaica. It is defined by its extraordinary karst limestone terrain of hills, valleys, and caves. This landscape has been central to Jamaica's history, providing a natural fortress for the Maroons, who were enslaved Africans that escaped from the plantations during colonial rule and slavery. The cockpit country's challenging topography and dense forest allowed the Maroons to resist British forces and build free communities, culminating in a landmark peace treaty in 1738 that granted them autonomy over the land. The Maroons' stewardship of the land has helped to preserve its rich biodiversity and cultural heritage. The cockpit country is a biodiversity hotspot, home to endemic plants, animals, and a vast network of underground aquifers, which collectively sustain life on the island. It is also of profound cultural significance, symbolizing the resilience of Jamaica's people and the triumph of freedom. Bauxite mining poses a grave and immediate threat to the cockpit country. It is true that bauxite, the raw material for aluminum, is a cornerstone of the Jamaican economy. The environmental, social, and health costs of mining in the cockpit country, however, outweigh its economic benefits. Mining activities involve large scale deforestation, disrupting ecosystems, and driving the loss of biodiversity. The removal of forests undermines natural carbon sequestration, contributing to climate change and the destabilization of local weather patterns. The cockpit country is essential for Jamaica's water supply. It provides approximately 40% of the island's clean water. Bauxite mining threatens to destroy forest cover, and this accelerates soil erosion, which clogs streams and rivers, reducing their capacity to store and carry water. Runoff from mining operations introduces harmful chemicals such as heavy metals into the water system, endangering aquatic ecosystems and making water unfit for human consumption. The karst ecology of the cockpit country, with its intricate network of underground rivers and aquifers, risks irreversible damage from bauxite mining operations, imperiling the island's water security. Pollutants from mining, including dust and chemicals, can cause respiratory problems, skin conditions, and other serious health issues for nearby communities. Many residents depend on agriculture, clean water, and tourism tied to the cockpit country's natural beauty, mining will disrupt these economic activities, leading to unemployment and poverty. For the Maroons and others, the Cockpit Country is not just land, but a living part of their heritage. Bauxite mining threatens to destroy sacred sites, ancestral lands, and cultural identity. The Cockpit Country is not just a recreational treasure, it is an essential part of Jamaica's ecological health, cultural identity, and overall sustainability. Protecting it is essential. The region's forest and water sources and unique biodiversity are irreplaceable. Their loss would disrupt ecosystems across the island. With deforestation accelerating climate change, the Cockpit Country acts as a natural buffer against extreme weather, soil erosion, and water scarcity. The Maroons' history and traditions are deeply tied to the Cockpit Country. Preserving the region's honor, their legacy, and the wider history of resistance and freedom in Jamaica. We are looking at bauxite mining as an environmental catastrophe. The destruction of the forests and aquifers would trigger a cascade of ecological issues, including water scarcity, loss of biodiversity, and heightened vulnerability to climate change. It would create a health crisis and a social crisis. Contaminated water and toxic exposure would harm human health, while the loss of livelihoods would lead to widespread economic and social instability. Bauxite mining would erode the cultural and spiritual significance of the Cockpit Country, severing a vital connection to Jamaica's past and identity. And I'd like to conclude by saying, the Cockpit Country stands as a testament to Jamaica's resilience, both ecologically, culturally. Allowing bauxite mining to compromise this invaluable region would not only be a loss for Jamaica, but for the world. Sustainable alternatives must be pursued to balance economic growth with the need to preserve this irreplaceable treasure for generations to come. My name is Kenneth George-Dill.